I think the enhancements are actually supporting compliance teams to allow them to really understand where the true risks and issues are. It's giving them the opportunity to bring the data together. The AI is then actually bringing and highlighting the right problems, so then the compliance officer is able to actually spend time focusing on that, find the solutions, and actually proactively look for things for the future. I mean, there's obviously the obvious financial one, but if you put that to one side, I'd say mindset is a big part of it. If you look at some of our more traditional banks, they are often the result of 3 or 4, maybe 5 different mergers, and so that can often have an impact on it because sometimes it can become just too difficult. However, if you actually have an attitude of we can do this, we can actually bring something together, and you put the right people around the table, you can start to get something very, very successful. I think the key though is to have the right people around the table. You need to have the sponsors, you need to have those that are actually going to benefit from it, and you also need to have people that understand that it's actually going to support and help, not take away from roles. So the panel I was on earlier, we were talking about how AI is going to be really supporting and bringing together potentially sort of looking at things proactively as opposed to reactively. If you can get to a point where you are starting to understand trading patterns, you're able to understand activity that's happening within an organisation, you can then start to predict what's going to happen to the future, allowing compliance officers to be more proactive so they can take future regulation, they can take standard practice, and they can start to see where the areas of focus are and the potential risks are. So I think that's the area of focus. So I think what's the interesting one is what the regulator came out with in March and talking about simplification. Now, where that's going to be interesting is because they're talking about allowing more growth and more development. But with simplification, often you get a mindset challenge. So people are like, brilliant, it's going to be simple, let's go for it. What we actually need to think about is, yes, it'll be simplified, but will that lead to more grey areas? We need to sort of take a step back and assess what's happening first. But I think what that should hopefully do, though, is give a mindset of things are possible and make it a little bit more open. Well, I think it's brilliant. And actually, the ironic thing is, the one thing this does is not technology at all. It brings people together in a room, and that in itself is the most powerful thing. If you look around today, people have been meeting and talking to each other. Technology has enabled that because we've been able to sort things out on an app, but you've actually had the power of human conversation and connection and new ideas. And I've certainly met some new people I would never have got the chance to meet. So it's been a fantastic day. Thank you.